Is shadow banning real? It's the big question that I'm sure is on every content creator's mind. It's even kept me awake at night. And so today, using my research, I want to get to the bottom of this once and for all, because the answer is no-ish. Let me explain. I don't think you're shadow banned. You see, while channels can lose the momentum they initially had, there is a reason behind it. It's not just because YouTube hates you with your 50 whole subscribers. Okay, I shouldn't hate, but the brutal truth is, your content is not getting the reach you're expecting because it's not good enough. First though, make sure to like and subscribe for more content creation advice. This whole shadow banning saga has actually been quite funny, I can't lie. So I know a lot of YouTube experts generally say shadow banning doesn't exist. Rene Ritchie recently spoke about it, however I will say his language was very corporate-esque and he was being very vague, so it was hard to gauge what his true stance was. Are they hiding some sort of truth? If you go on Reddit, there's many people claiming it's real. So has YouTube been exposed? Well, as with most things, the truth lies in the middle. The reason you may see a sudden drop in views is down to two things: algorithmic goal realignment and safety and suitability filters. YouTube's primary goal is viewer satisfaction and longevity. They want to keep people on the platform because that makes them money. And so if their AI determines that viewers are no longer satisfied with your content, it's gonna stop recommending them. It's as simple as that. Now, how do you disappoint your viewer? Well, for example, this can be repeated content. While nearly everyone recommends you stay within a niche, if you keep making content that just regurgitates the same thing again and again and again, then your viewers are gonna get bored and stop watching, which gives YouTube a signal that this channel, yeah, let's just cut it off. Let's finish it off. Of course, people can argue, wait up, aren't we supposed to double down on formats and the types of videos that do work? Isn't that the YouTube game? Well, yes, that is true, but there are ways you can prevent it from not feeling repeated. If I make 5 videos on the Canon C80, for example, since videos about that camera have done well for my channel, I can break up the tips and tricks I offer based on the categories I'll cover, like lighting guide, audio guide, lens guide, etc. This helps each video have a distinct purpose without feeling like you're watching the same video again and again. What I would say leads to a shadow ban is more if you keep using AI to rehash the same video again and again. Yes, I'm talking about AI slop, or even without AI, if you keep just reusing the same scripts again and again. I do use AI for research and to help me script these videos, but I never let Gemini write the whole thing out for me, because if I did, it's just gonna spew out nonsense. Oh, I'm already spewing nonsense? Touche. Okay, jokes aside, essentially what I'm trying to say is that yes, you should stay within your niche, but that doesn't mean you should literally make the same video again and again. And if you're struggling to come up with ideas within your niche, I've got the video just for you guys, which you can check out in the iCard above. YouTube also has advanced AI features like cloud vision. Ooh, very fancy. And this basically scans every frame and thumbnail of a video for safety. So basically, if the AI gives you a low confidence score regarding the safety of your content due to violence, adult themes, or questionable imagery, it will silently group that video with restricted content, significantly reducing its reach. Now, it's not so likely people are going to fall into the second category unless AI gets it wrong, which it can do, in which case, get in touch with YouTube support. But regardless, that's not so likely. The first scenario I mentioned, where a content strategy has diverged from what the audience wanted, that's way more likely. So I don't think you can say shadow banning is real when YouTube has a legit reason to stop the growth of your channel. Can you fix this? Of course you can! And make better content, mate. Yeah, that's about it. Thanks for watching. Okay, I'm kidding. There are 3 aspects you should focus on, but I do want to make it clear, this won't change overnight. You need to give YouTube time to realign the algo if you want to make these changes. The first is to clarify your brand message. Your channel should be able to pass something called the Grunt Test. This is a marketing concept where a viewer should be able to glance at your channel and within 5 seconds understand what you offer, how it's going to make their life better, and what they need to do to engage. If your content is all over the place, or you use thumbnails that don't clearly communicate the value of the video, the seed audience YouTube gives you is going to swipe away. You need to make it incredibly easy for the algorithm to categorize you so that it can find the right engaged viewers. This is exactly why niching down is so important, because yes, you shouldn't regurgitate the same videos, but you also have to be clear on the niche you're in so that YouTube can find the right audience for you. Success on YouTube is a cycle of try, fail, analyze, and adjust. I believe Daryl Evans, a YouTube SEO specialist, said that basically, if one thing doesn't work, then continue throwing things at the dartboard, and eventually, something's gonna stick. That's how you play the YouTube game. Also, analyze satisfaction signals as well. If a lot of people aren't interested in your content, then you're not getting shadow banned, they're just simply bringing their viewers content they're more likely to watch, which is not yours. So gauge interest by looking at likes and comments, but also how long people are watching a video for. vidIQ actually recently did an experiment where they purposely created a channel that would get shadow bans. They succeeded, and the reason behind the shadow banning was because only a tiny fraction of viewers were classed as engaged viewers. If your stay to watch section on your shorts, for example, is under 50%, your hook is failing. If your attention drops off a cliff in the middle, your value proposition isn't being met. That again shows why there's always a reason why YouTube may shadow ban your account, and even then, content that doesn't appeal to the algorithm isn't really a shadow ban in my opinion. You just have to make your content better. Anyway, you should then next define a desire for your viewer. Why is someone watching you? Because I know you love to watch yourself, but that's not the case for everyone else. When you define the desire of your viewer, you can actually create variety within a niche without being repetitive. Instead of making the same video solve a different problem for that same viewer. For example, I could say the desire of our viewers is to make better content with their mobile phone. So I know I should make multiple videos on that topic, but most importantly, cover different aspects like best video tips, best audio tips, best accessories, etc. This keeps the satisfaction signals high and tells the algorithm that your channel is still relevant. You should also break the inauthentic pattern. If you keep relying on AI-generated scripts or low-effort templates, or AI slop basically, you need to break that pattern immediately. The algorithm prefers content that looks for variation, introduces high-quality B-roll, or updates the editing style. You basically have to prove to the system that there is a human creator behind the content who's providing unique value that cannot be replicated by a simple prompt. What does that mean? Just keep trying to improve your content 1% at a time. And over time, those improvements will add up and both make your content better, but also be a signal to YouTube that you're not AI, because AI is improving at the rate of 3,000%. Humans cannot keep up with that. But you know what we can offer to help you create better content? This studio. I'm not even joking, you heard me right. You can stand right here and shoot your next video. You bring the ideas, we bring you the tools. Book a session now at Elevate Studios, link below. At the end of the day, a shadow ban isn't a death sentence. It's a feedback loop. It's the algorithm's way of telling you that your current strategy is no longer resonating with an audience. By shifting a focus from beating the system to satisfying the viewer, you can regain the trust of the algorithm and see your reach climb once again. If you got to the end of the video, please put the words strawberry in the comments and make sure to like and subscribe for more content creation tips.